He has
Well,
a
hold
shield
on,
and
right?
a. Oh, you're
Well,
recording.
yeah. Well, it's like you don't want a shotgun, so let's start off with the scaling.
All right.
So, where do you want who do you want to put Sentinel relative to?
Sentinel relative to, I'd say, first movie Megatron.
Okay, so and then Lockdown just by skilling alone should just go in and kill Sentinel in a couple hits because he scales to Optimus Prime in the fourth movie. Optimus Prime, with Occam's razor, dictates that he grew massively more powerful from the third movie to the fourth movie.
With what? Optimus Prime with what?
Okay, so Optimus Prime got massively stronger from the third movie to the fourth movie, right?
Right.
You've heard of Occam's razor, right?
Optimus Razor, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I
so
have.
you go the simplest assumption that has the least amount of assumptions. So, you notice this theme where Optimus Prime throughout the movie seems to get more powerful, right? Like for example, in the first movie, right, he goes from being able to box with Megatron, right, while basically
Right.
tired, to then going on to just clowning on Megatron and co, to then be able to bull in the Fallen, right? And then after that, he then just shows how good he is while fighting Sentinel Prime. You get me? Then he does the feat where he has one arm, and then just beheads Megatron in total entirety. Right. Right.
Right.
So, 20 years passed from the third movie to the fourth movie. Right. Uh, Passively, Prime should be getting stronger because he hasn't actually trained. Uh, and because like 20 years passed, it's very possible that there's a massive amount of power that he gained to the point that like lockdown taking him on should just be able to let him basically like kind of two shot or like one shot Sentinel.
Eh, no.
So do you have a counter to that?
That lockdown scales to
Opt.
Optimus Prime,
Yeah, he does.
or
Yeah, he does.
I mean, I would agree upon that. I would agree about that. The fact that lockdown does scale to that version of Optimus Prime. But if you look at the fights and what was on, Optimus is back on lockdown. Obviously, because K stupid pretty much
Okay,
there.
so you do know there were points in their fight where Prime was completely focusing on lockdown, right?
There are points, but then you have to measure those points
Yeah, we can.
pretty much his attention.
We can.
Yeah,
Prime was focusing on lockdown, then he got a distraction from the form of Cade being under threat.
right.
Lockdown making Prime focus on him in total entirety is more than enough to say out of those few times that he should scale to Optimus, right? Now, I will give the edge to Prime power wise, right?
Right.
That's why Lockdown takes his gear with him. So if there's someone stronger than him, he can sort of just redirect their attacks with his gear, right? He's a hunter. He's supposed to prep for that shit. With you see, but with Lockdown, when he was fighting Prime, there is about two or three different segments where like Prime was focusing on the fight with Lockdown, right? And like he was beating the shit out of Prime those couple times, right? So like, fuck it. You want me to like get a video where you find?
I mean, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool.
I'm really just out of it today.
Same. I'm like half awake.
Okay. I just got done with another face.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
Yeah. Apparently, I won that one.
anyway, so like, do you have a counter for like lockdown? Be able to like two shot?
The fact that Sentinel Prime actually has more experience with Autobots, as you can see in the Dark and the Moon movie, or the final battle sequence where it's just Sentinel by himself,
That's
kind of, sort of.
contradicted by the fact that Optimus could take on Sentinel. That's also contradicted by the fact that Prime took on both Megatron and the Fallen and came out the winner.
I mean, Megatron just got his body, honestly. It came to
But he was used to his body in the final fight, with him and the Fallen versus Prime, and Prime still wailed on the both of them. So experience should matter.
fair enough. I guess I really don't have a for that.
Okay, so do you concede?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one was a little short. Let's try another one. So, okay, what's your view on Rampage versus Barricade?
Is that Rampage is the one from Revenge of the Fallen with the whips, right?
Yeah, the one with the whips where he kind of just is like on a peg.
Uh-huh. And are we using first movie Barricade or past
Uh, I'd say last night Barricade.
last night Barricade?
Yeah, you want to do
I
that
would
one?
say I would say Barricade wins that one.
Why is okay? I'll take Rampage. So like,
I
why
would
do you think
say
Barricade should be able to beat Rampage?
he has a lot more weapons and and has much better durability, considering that he fights a much more powerful. Well, in a car chase sequence, he takes a blast from a much more powerful Bumblebee at that point in time.
Okay.
It's just just like ow, that hurt.
How do you know Bumblebee's blasting power scales to his attack power?
Like physical attack power.
Yeah, because if you notice, most feats are generally done with your hands or at least your body.
I would actually have to say that he would be greater
Okay.
than physical strength,
Okay. What's that?
because in first movie, right, when Barricade and Bumblebee first fought.
All right.
I mean, sure, that was majority of it was off screen, mostly parts we get to see. But at the end, we see Bumblebee retract his cannon, so we can indicate that Barricade actually survived that first shot or the first fight with Bumblebee, and that Bumblebee did have to use his cannon in order to kill or facilitate Barricade.
Right. But then a stronger Bumblebee takes on Rampage. But if you notice, Bumblebee had to jump Rampage and then kind of kill him before Rampage became a threat.
Okay.
And even then, Rampage was holding his own.
Yeah.
It was just that Ravage came in trying to fuck with Bumblebee in the middle of the fight. Where
R.I.P.
say
Rabbit.
like Rampage was kind of like off balance, and then after he like killed off Ravage, he kind of just went back to killing Rampage, right?
Right.
But the reason Bumblebee could do that was because like one, Bumblebee like semi prepped on Rampage, and as we know, a Bumblebee is really scary in canon.
Yeah.
And that like that very same Bumblebee who prepped in Rampage still had a lot of trouble with Rampage. So, like, I would then just go on and argue that Rampage has better CQC from Revenge of the Fallen.
See.
I'm fine with granting that like Barricade has like a gun, but I think it's gonna take a really long time for him to kill Rampage with a fucking gun. And even then, Rampage could just like literally like hop across the entire battlefield. It can just pull out his whips and kind of just negate any like range issue in about a couple seconds. So like, what feats does Barricade have for like CQC?
You gotta. Sorry, I didn't understood what that is.
Close quarters combat,
Close quarters combat.
as in his punching feat. So his attack feats.
Um, Attack feats. He actually overpowered Bumblebee first movie in a couple swings.
That's a weaker Bumblebee though.
And then through call it the last night, I think that was about it.
Okay, so
I
like,
know he did one more thing physically with his hands, but I'm just not sure what
okay, so okay, since you don't have much for Barricade, do we want to just like do another one?
it.
Because Barricade really doesn't have much other than just first movie and third movie. So
Yeah, first and third movie.
yeah, okay. Let's try a different one. Okay. What do you think of Soundwave versus Nitro Zeus?
Hmm. Soundwave. Night. Nitro Zeus.
Yeah. What do you think of Soundwave versus Nitro Zeus?
Soundwave. I think I would. I think I could see Nitro Zeus winning, but I think Soundwave just has more.
Yeah, he has more showings, right?
Yeah, he has more
Yeah,
showing.
I agree with you on there. Okay, so okay.
Like
Let's
Nitro
try
Zeus and Ghidorah was
a
fighting.
completely different pickle. Okay, what do you think of Rampage versus Bone Crusher?
Hmm. That's. I think that's a pretty even fight, honestly.
Yeah. You
In
want
terms of Mo.
yeah,
Yeah, in
you
terms
want
of.
to take Bone Crusher or Rampage?
I'll take Bone Crusher.
Okay, I'll take Rampage. So, uh, okay, so immediately from the start, I'm gonna like agree that like Bone Crusher has like higher attack potency, as there's no proof that Bumblebee, even while like prepping, doesn't have a high enough attack potency.
Hmm.
Prime from the first movie should literally scale above Bumblebee, uh, so I'll have the edge out with Rampage from him being able to like redirect Bone Crusher and like him being able to like spam his whips.
Right.
Because if you notice, Rampage is good at redirecting attacks with his whips. And Bone
Yeah,
Crusher,
he's pretty good at it.
yeah, and like Bone Crusher's thing is that he kind of just beats you to death. So,
Hmm.
what's their one con with Bone Crusher?
Bone Crusher is more mobile, as you see in the first movie. The way his, I
Uh,
guess you could say, his mobility or his fighting style. You know, when he went after Optimus Prime, the way he moves on his wheels or his feet, he actually moves like a hockey player or a roller skate player. That gives him more mobility over his opponents and actually allowed him to get a short while upper hand on Optimus Prime.
I can agree with that. Uh, okay, so with Rampage, I I will say for the most part he is pretty agile. I do think Bone Crusher will edge it out with his mobility, but I do think Rampage's agility actually should make up for the mobility difference. Because if you notice, he was jumping around like Bumblebee was, and was dodging
Mm-hmm.
attacks like from Bumblebee while like mid fight, while like trying to focus on the humans at the same time. Uh, I do think he could just make up the mobility difference with his agility. Uh, but as for Rampage, it's gonna take Bone Crusher a good couple seconds to get over to Rampage and try to kick his shit in. but Rampage should just like be able to just redirect him, maybe make him trip with his whips, and then just over time wear down Bone Crusher to the point that he lands a fatal blow. So, wait.
I could also argue that Bone Crusher could pretty much just, skate,
He
skate
should. He's
around.
more mobile than Rampage. I'm just saying that like in a fight scenario, Rampage should have more agility than Bone Crusher.
Yeah, yeah.
So like,
Ooh, you know
I
what?
do
That
agree
is
he has much better travel speed than Rampage. He's pretty slow outside of combat.
yeah.
So what's your win con with Bone Crusher?
The whatchamacallit on his back.
Uh,
I guess his claw. The thing he actually like expanded
yeah,
before grabbing Optimus Prime.
yeah,
I think that would actually be a good I guess range. Long
yeah. That's
range.
his bomb scooper. Cause if you notice, he's more like a bomb truck.
Yo, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, debater.
Did you hear what happened to Forrest?
Besides Core neutering him, no, but Ghidorah
It
right
was
now.
worse than that. It was a
Yeah,
one. It
Ghidorah
was
and
pretty
I are
much a.
like doing some Transformer debates. We're like on our third one, fourth one.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay, so getting back to the debate though. Okay, so what's the argument with the bomb scooper?
Yeah, that would actually be able to, I guess, counter or at least get a limb on Rampage when he actually throws a whip.
Okay.
Because as you see in the movie, that thing can actually extend.
It can.
It extended,
It can. Okay, so my counter to that would have to simply be that uh that Rampage could just like redirect the bomb scooper or just tear it off. So
Yeah.
because you've already agreed that he can redirect with his whips pretty well. No reason why he won't be able to do it with the bomb scooper like a bit later in the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you notice, Bone Crusher doesn't pull it out from the start, so.
Nah, not from the start though.
Yeah, not from the start.
But when he actually first went at Optimus Prime and went for the tackle, the claw actually just opened. I guess you could say it's more of a grapple leverage when it's at close quarters.
Yeah, so. Okay.
Gosh.
Yeah, so like. Yeah, so like Rampage should be able to like redirect it just fine, actually, so. So like. Do you have any encounters to my win con with the whips?
Nah, nothing more than Rampage. I'm sorry, Bone Crusher could just outmaneuver him.
Okay, so. Let's try a different one then. What do you think of Megatron versus Brawl from the first movie?
First movie Megatron versus first movie Brawl.
Yeah.
Hmm. Megatron's only showing in that movie was that he was basically beating a distracted Optimus,
Yeah.
and then his best durability feat was
It's just getting the
getting
shit
bombed by
kicked out of him
jets.
by Prime and like getting spammed on by like fucking ICBMs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then with Brawl, you have him taking the combined force efforts of the Autobots and the human.
Yeah, so well, I'd
Now you
argue
could
that
now
it
you
was
could
because Megatron didn't arrive to the battlefield till like much later. But
yeah.
yeah, I do agree Brawl should win. Like he has his fucking tank mode. That can literally fire tank shots over an entire mile. And then, like, he
Mm-hmm.
just has so much more than Megatron does. Because here's Megatron's issue, right? He needs to be able to move
Right.
over to Brawl and, like, kick his shit in, right? If he can get over to Brawl fast enough, then, like, he should win, right? But,
Yeah,
like,
he
Brawl
should.
will completely take it if Megatron is like way too slow. You get me?
Yeah,
So like, okay.
that said, you're a jet and you move slower than a tank.
Yeah. So all right. Okay. So we both agree Brawl kind of wins that one more than he doesn't. So.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have we been doing this? We've been going on for about 20 minutes now, my guy. Okay. Okay. Alright. I'm trying to think of something else we never debated yet. Okay,
The Autobots versus Godzilla.
wait, which Godzilla?
Monsterverse.
The one that can, like, destroy planets?
I mean, you count him as a planet buster?
Okay, so, like, Godzilla can, like, blow up fucking, like, mountains, islands, and all that shit, my guy. He's gonna fucking one-shot the Autobots, you know it.
No, like the Monsterverse, like the American Monsterverse. Nah.
Yeah! That same,
No.
that same one!
What?
That same one!
Yeah, it's totally a fair fight, man.
No,
Come
it's
on.
not! No, it's not!
Listen,
He
they have
fucking
a solid
annihilates!
chance.
He fucking annihilates my guy! I'm sorry, but he does. It's not even fair.
It's a fair fight.
That's
Come
not
on.
even fair at all, you fucker. That's not at all.
They have a strong chance at winning.
They're gonna get subatomically atomized by like that fucking like the atomic breath, my guy. Like
No,
they're gonna fucking die.
They're nuclear. No, they're nuclear proof, man. Come on.
My fuck. You know, like they're fucking not when it comes like atomic breath. You little troll. I know exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me there with a trap debate. You son of a bitch.
No. They have a strong chance.
You know what? Fuck it. Okay, so you want to do a monster debate? Who you got? You got like city level Godzilla?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take Grimlock from like Fall of Cybertron. How about that?
Hello? Jeez. Did my thing go out?
No, you're good.
Okay,
So, you want to do like fucking Godzilla versus like Grimlock?
Oh my gosh, don't make me do this. I was planning that video.
We can do Fall of Cybertron and Grimlock versus, fucking Godzilla, you know.
Alright.
Of course, we're going to cap at city level for obvious reasons, so.
We gotta cap it to city level? Oh.
Yeah.
Such wasted potential.
I know exactly what you're either going to pull up, like, the planetary or, like, the fucking multi-galaxy or, like, the 4D shit.
What? I would never.
Sus. Anyway, so. Okay, so you want to take Godzilla and I'll take Grimlock?
Sure.
Okay, so, Grimlock should scale above Optimus Prime, from size alone in Transformers Fall of Cybertron. In the Cybertron games, if you're larger, you're also stronger. It's literally proven. Because, like, Lockdown kind of cuts down from a fight with Prime. Megatron is consistently relative to Optimus Prime. Grimlock has shown better feats, like being able to, like, tear off fucking doors. Whereas, say, Prime can just, like, rip them open. Grimlock and his Dinobots are literally on a strike team that's, like, made to, like, rain terror and everything. Whenever Prime can't. So, Grimlock, just from, like, the lore, should scale above Prime, so... What does Grimlock got? Excuse me, what does Godzilla got?
You see, Godzilla from the city level Godzilla, obviously,
Yeah.
has been around for millions of years on end. He actually is an ancient Titan, being actually able to live throughout these millennia. Now, what is that? I was trying to say that. So Godzilla and like the other Titans actually come from based off mythology in actual lore. Godzilla was actually the Leviathan, and as we all know, the Leviathan in the Bible or pretty much any lore is meant to pretty much face down either God or
You know, you
whichever
could just
deity.
bring up like Ghidorah and then Mothra, then I'd be fine with just saying Seder level from that. Just saying.
True, I could, I
Yeah,
could,
you just do that instead.
but all mythos. Then you have characters like Mothra, Rodan, King Ghidorah, who are actual mythical creatures as well.
Yeah.
Ghidorah being I guess, the catalyst for the Nemean Hydra. Was it Nemean or Letherian? I'm not sure. Um, it was one of those two, So that means either he killed Hercules, and Hercules actually did not complete that labor, because, well, you know, that's pretty OP Hydra there if you're
Yeah,
trying to kill Ghidorah.
I got you, my guy. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a Seder level scaling.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so when Kong Grimlock, he's just gonna like stab Godzilla to death with a sword.
You don't know how much I'm loving this right now.
I know. Okay, so like Grimlock should be able to like break through like Godzilla's like defense, because like his sword can quite literally slash ions. So like, what's Godzilla got for like an ion slashing sword?
I got the fact that Godzilla actually took the oxygen destroyer and survived.
Okay.
With the oxygen destroyer actually being able to erase the oxygen molecules in a person's or the creature's body, which means
Okay,
Godzilla will be
you'd
durable.
have to like demonstrate how that's like, I, you'd have to demonstrate how like that's as small as an ion, though.
Small as an island.
Ion.
Ion.
Yeah.
Ion.
Because removing oxygen molecules only just makes it to where you can't breathe. So like even then, it's kind of an iffy one.
Hmm.
I mean, it literally is a fucking oxygen destroyer, my guy. So.
Yeah. Kind of the dumbest thing in the movie, but
Hey, it's there. So.
yeah.
It's there.
True.
As you can
Fair.
argue that like monsters can like fight while in apnea, so there's that. Okay, so alrighty.
This is true.
You know you could just pull out the atomic breath, right?
I know. I know.
I mean, even then, I have a counter for the atomic breath, but still, could just do that.
I mean, yeah, I could. But still, you know.
Yeah, well. Even then,
Can't choose.
so yeah, Grimlock's one con is gonna stab the fucker to death.
I'm sorry, but Godzilla actually just thunderclaps him like midair.
In virtue of what?
In the virtue of the fact that if Grimlock even leaps, the atomic breath will take him out.
Grimlock's shield can, like, protect from ion destroying attacks.
What would count as an ion destroying attack?
Atomic breath. It attacks the very atoms.
Ooh.
You know what ions are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, a modified subatom, like, proton, neutron, and electron.
Right. All the above.
Yeah. So,
Ooh.
like, his shield, right, since it scales the sword, can block ion destroying attacks. So the atomic breath just wouldn't get through the shield.
Wow. Well, guess you win that one.
Okay. GG. Alright, so. Okay.